Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Ricky Stark's new WWE name has been revealed.
Yes, the now former Ricky Starks talks his AEW departure.
The Hardy Boys are back in WWE, baby.
New WWE titles have been revealed. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Okie doke, let's talk about Ricky Starks. The saga. Yeah, exactly. He's dead now. And we got a new guy. The saga of his WWE name has finally been resolved. I say finally, I mean, he only debuted a week ago.
Yeah, he just didn't have a name then. It's you. Here he is, the absolute one.
Him. It's the guy. So he had the promo last week, obviously, but nobody called him Ricky Starks. They were then doing tweets of him doing his pose and stuff, and it was like, you know who he is, and he's here. It's the wrestler guy. He's here, guys. It's him. And then on Vengeance Day at the weekend, again, no references to his name. But last night, we found out that Ricky Starks is now Ricky Saints. Could be a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good. So he had a big in-ring segment where he was interrupted by everyone on the roster.
Yeah.
Ethan Page, first of all, but then Javon Evans came out, and Ethan Page and him brawled away. Then Wes Lee came out. He was a bit upset that the big Ricky had passed him by and was being interviewed and all that stuff. They're going to have a match. It got a little bit physical. Ricky clotheslined him out of the ring, and then it was revealed on the contract, which he'd signed with Ava, the Rock's daughter, general manager of NXT. Ricky Saints was on there. So that's his name. Now, he has spoken about this a bit. We're going to talk a bit about his Busted Open Radio interview that came out immediately after the debut. Talking about the new name, Ricky said the following. It's as close as you're going to get to Starks. I like the name. I know a lot of people are going to be... It's going to take a lot of time for them to get used to it. I respect that they care so deeply about me and they rebel against the name change. But at the same time, I'm a product of New Orleans, first and foremost, and I want to pay respect to that as well. That's the rugby team, isn't it?
Yes.
That's right. I think this is the best of both worlds, and it means a lot to me. Obviously, I think it's cool to have a piece of home with me, and the person doesn't change. I'm still that guy, so it is what it is. I guess it's a bit like me calling myself Andy Granite or something like that, isn't it?
Andy Aberdeen.
There you go, Andy Dawn. I think it's a fine name personally. I think Ricky Starks was a great name. I think this is probably a case of the Fed going, Chief, we would like to copyright your name.
Yes.
And then him going, well, maybe I don't want you owning it, so let's tweak it somewhat, which is a good way to do business.
Yeah, exactly. It's some sort of compromise, isn't it? Like you say, the name's absolutely fine. Yeah. It'll take a slight bit of getting used to. I'll probably call him Ricky Starks for about 6 weeks on the podcast. But it was also funny the way that the entire contract signing, the build up to him coming out there and him coming out and him being confronted by Ethan Page and Wesley and talking to Ava. Still no one said his name. No one even said Ricky. And
it's him.
Only revealed when we saw the contracts, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because there was a bit of me when I was like, why aren't you saying Ricky? Say Ricky.
Come on.
I think if there was, it was a storm in a teacup, wasn't it? It's people getting very worried about something that clearly was never going to happen. But if there was any inkling that they were going to call him Gary Smith or whatever.
Stevie Shaker.
When he came out last week and everyone chanted Ricky, WWE probably keep that part. And I think I agree with you. It's some sort of merchandising compromise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ricky, we want to own your ass and make loads of money with you. And he's like, well, I've kind of been Ricky Starks a lot longer than I've been here. So let's come to some sort of compromise. And I didn't realise the football connection. That's a cool addition. I like that.
There you go. City of Saints, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, and he can have some fun with that surname as well, as his opponents can be. Well, I'm going to send you to hell, Ricky Saints.
Yes, but the Saints go marching on.
Yes, that's a good go.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't wear a Southampton top there.
Yeah.
I only said I used to live with a Portsmouth fan, so I've been trained to hate.
Cheesy peeps. I've never lived with either of them, so I'm fine. It also means that when things ain't going so well, we can go, it ain't so great being
yes, that's good.
Not bad.
I'll be going by the name Adam Spyrights from now on, by the way.
I'm Andy the Bull.
Andy Don is pretty...
Andy Don. That sounds like Adidas or something.
Oh, he should be in the family with Tony D.
Yeah, no.
Don't disrespect the family.
Well, the thing is, if you join that family, you might get killed off.
Exactly.
This is the thing.
It's a risky...
This is the thing.
We're very lucky to be friends with Stacks here at WhatCulture.
Yeah,
so
I'm too young for that.
And you know what shows he might be showing up at? Bloody arse. Not officially, but can't subject to change.
Slim chances.
We are doing a world tour, as we have mentioned. We're heading to Manchester, Belfast, Glasgow, London, and then Las Vegas. We're heading to the UK dates next month.
Yeah.
It's almost a month to go. Very, very excited about that. Less than 2 months till we hit Las Vegas. We're doing all the usual good stuff. Live show, Q&A. Simon Miller's going to be there. You're going to have meet and greets. You can come and chat with us all and hang out. It's going to be great. We've got Sweet Chin Disco as well going on in the evenings after, if you go into the WWE shows, for example, dice.fm if you want to get tickets for that. But for our live shows, whatculture.com/tickets.
Yes. Oh, yay.
Right, let's talk a little bit more about the former Ricky Starks, now Ricky Saints, of course, because as you mentioned, he was doing this Busted Open radio interview, and it wasn't just about, what's the deal with your new name, Ricky? It was about his departure from AEW. Now, he squashed any of those rumours around, he got in a lot of trouble for being caught on CCTV at the Royal Rumble, saying, I don't know the specifics of what it was. Some people, you asked the internet, it was because you were at the Rumble. Screw you, the footage got leaked from me being in the Rumble. I wasn't backstage, I left after the first match. It was a bit weird. It wasn't like it was a big thing of like, remember that Highlander that was in the TNA crowd once?
Yeah.
He just snuck in with his mate and someone went, where's the CCTV footage?
Well, no, they showed him on TV. Like they showed him
they did.
With the nameplate, and it said WWE star Derek, whatever his name was. They screwed that guy.
They did screw that guy.
Yeah, TNA, bad.
But yeah, Ricky was never like front and center. He was in that suite at WrestleMania, but by that point, whatever.
Rhea Ripley was at Grand Slam this weekend.
You're an idiot with no friends and no passion in life if you think the damnedest thing I've done is cheering somebody on in another company. My boss was okay with it, but with regards to his release, Bully Ray asked him whether it was personal or a professional reason why he departed. Very interesting response from Ricky here. I will say this, he said, there are some people who stuck their nose in my creative business that shouldn't have happened. Veterans. I'll leave it at that. If they've got a problem with me, they got my number and text me about it. I think what it was is if it didn't work for their creative, then someone had to get the boot. That's how I see it, but I'm not trying to be negative. My thought process about it. If you want to step on me to get ahead in your illustrious career, everyone should have an illustrious career. That is perfectly fine, but at the same time, I'm not wet behind my ears.
Yeah, this report's really put me on edge, man. I'm not sure
how we're going to cope with this.
How are we going to cope?
Who could it be
with this one? I would say that this news story is in fact rated R.
Yeah.
But I don't know who he's talking about here. I have no idea. We couldn't possibly speculate.
Yes, it's a hard castle to really... and there's a sex ton of... suggestions in there, but I can't work out who you could be alluding to.
This is the thing. You think you know who this is about.
You never did.
But this is it. You can't just look at a segment that people were involved and it got really awkward and shooty and insulty and people were rattled by, both of them. You can't just look at that segment and draw conclusions as to who Ricky...
Today's not the day to pass judgment, Andy. Right?
Exactly, Adam.
We can sit in our big chairs, right, and with our big veins sticking out and speculate on who could be, but we just don't know.
We simply don't know. It's all rumours and conjecture.
Guess us in the comments.
In this section, yeah.
It's like they bloody cracked the code. Oh, X plus 1, 2 and 7. What could it be? Remember that? All on bollocks.
Oh man, just make sure that when you're reacting to this story, don't brood. Just
and do not have a live sex celebration either. Yeah, whatever you do.
Exactly. You don't know him.
But hey, look, congratulations to Ricky. He's now got money in the bank, obviously, with this WWE contract. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, he's fine. Everyone's fine. Even the
Yes.
Even the alleged politician. They're all fine.
Yeah, they've probably got a title match coming up, if anything.
I mean, who knows? We'll see.
The revolution is televised.
Anyway,
is that every reference we could drop?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're at the end of the line. Roadblock end of the line. What's that got to do with anything? Royal Rumble 2020.
Yes.
Right, Hardy Boyz. Was he number 24? Yeah, there you go. That's about Ricky's age, actually, 24. I mean, he's probably not that young.
He looks gorgeous.
He's a good-looking man. Right, the Hardy Boyz.
Yes.
They're back. And better than maybe not, but I mean they're quite old to be fair to them, right? But they're back. They're coming back to WWE, the Fed. They're going to wrestle on NXT in WE. Favorite tag team of the WhatCulture Wrestling podcast, of course. But they answered a challenge from the No Quarter Catch crew. I can never say that properly. So they're going to fight Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne next week. Matt and Jeff answered in a little video promo. It's the first time. Look, the Hardy Boyz haven't had a WWE tag team match since 2019.
Wow.
Obviously, Jeff was in there a little bit longer doing solo stuff. He had the the wee angle.
He did!
Yeah, with Sheamus and stuff.
They run over Elias in that story.
Yes, that was the crux of it, wasn't it? Yeah, Sheamus was like, you're
What
a
a
drunk
time that
driver,
was.
fella. Yeah, crazy stuff. I mean, it was dark days, but obviously they both ended up in AEW. Not the run they would have hoped for,
No.
I think it's fair to say. They're in TNA
To
now.
note when Jeff danced whilst his brother was getting his head caved.
Oh, that was so funny. His debut was the ba 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 ba.
Help me, Jeff!
My brother's getting stomped. I love stuff like that, honestly.
Yes. Like Rhea did that, didn't she, once? Someone in NXT, she was like, wait a second.
I got to do my stomp. But yes, so they've actually, like the Hardys have actually business-wise been a pretty big help for TNA in terms of moving tickets and drawing viewers and
Did stuff with
stuff
Joe
like
Hendry
that.
as well, didn't they?
Yeah, so like they've actually going to TNA has been really good for them and that company. And look, it's NXT. It's not like they're in the WrestleMania main event.
No.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I think Triple H posted a really nice tweet about them.
Yeah. I'm 50% excited about this, 50% a little bit concerned, if I'm perfectly honest.
They're
with
gonna go
regards
over.
to my beloved NXT. They will probably go over the NQCC, but I do think it's a great match. Like, I think Miles Bourne and Tavian Heights had arguably one of the best title matches that Fraxium have had in their amazing title run. Not quite tag team of the year, obviously, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. But
Who won that? The Bucks.
Yeah, it was the Bucks.
The diversion, but oh my goodness, some of the things that people voted for in that. It's obviously voted for the readers. It's not Dave sitting there going this one. This one. But like, it was so funny to me that Triple H won Booker of the Year.
Yeah.
And then lost every best show.
Yeah.
So it's like
you combined Raw and SmackDown's numbers, it didn't equate to Dynamite as the best weekly show.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, so like what's going through the head of someone who goes, yeah, Triple H is the best booker, but all of his shows were bad.
Yeah.
What?
I'll tell you what one of the worst matches of the year was, Drew versus Punk, but also that was the feud of the year for me.
What? Pardon?
What are we talking about?
I don't know what goes through people's heads when they
No.
send these ballots, but
Our awards were far better. I really enjoyed doing those.
Yeah,
We'll do that again this year.
it was good stuff.
You can probably go and check that out somewhere on this YouTube channel. Scroll way back. It was over Christmas wasn't it, we did it.
WhatCulture Awards.
It was a lot of fun, that. Thank you to everyone who helped and voted on it. But yeah, with regards to the Hardys coming back to WWE, like I say, NQCC is a great match for them. Inevitably, it seems like they are going to be setting up a match against Fraxium because you already had, spoilers, Moose showing up to challenge Obafemi on last night's show as well. Andy's having a match with Lexis King, I think, next week. They're doing a show next week. Really excited about it, to see what a wrestling show actually looks like there. You know, the Andrew J. Brady Music Centre. Like, what is a wrestling show there going to
I've
look
never
like?
seen a wrestling show there. Either Centre Stage Theatre as well. That
Tell
was
you what,
interesting.
yeah.
What was that place? The ECW Arena?
Yeah.
Cool. Finally see a wrestling show there.
Very
too.
nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Me and Sidge will talk more about it later on today on the NXT
Yes.
Review podcast.
I'm sure you will.
But let's talk a little bit about WWE ID. For those unaware, by the way, WWE ID is like that program that they launched October, I think, of last year.
Yeah.
Partners up, WWE does, with independent wrestlers, training schools, and the list of names already associated with it. Carly Rae, the former Jack Cartwheel, now Jack Summit on this. Aaron Rourke, Bryce Donovan, Marcus Mathers, Jada Steele, among a load of others. But Triple H yesterday on social media.
Social media.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it now. Unveiling 2 new title belts, the WWE ID Championships. He says the top independent wrestling prospects have been ID'd, and now we're ready to spotlight the best of the best. There's going to be a tournament to determine their first WWE ID champions. Taking place on top independent wrestling promotions. They will subsequently be defended across the indies. Further details have not been announced yet, including the participants. But the belts, which hopefully have been on your screen at some point here, I've got the WWE logo, the ID logo. I like them, they look nice.
Yeah, they look alright, don't they? They've had.
I never get into belt discourse.
No, me neither. Like, I mean, when one looks really bad, I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like when the tag team titles with those little bronze pennies. Those were bad.
Or
But
when I first started working here, Sidge, because I was very, very sort of clueless about anything not WWE related, Sidge introduced me to the Open the Dream Gate Championships. I was like,
the little lot.
that is beautiful.
That's good. Like, and I like the really pretty ones, like Big Gold Belt,
Yeah.
obviously, Winged Eagle.
24/7 championship.
The old IW,
all the beautiful ones.
Yeah, all the pretty ones. All the old IWGP belt before they changed it. Now that sucked. The IWGP change, but
Yeah, that
hey,
was
it's here
bad.
now. Belts are the kind of thing where you just get used to it. It's like Ricky Stark's name. You'll be used to it tomorrow. It's fine. But it is nice when they're pretty, and these look okay. Look, the new WWE belt design is just a big logo.
Yeah.
Because then they can give it to my team, the Philadelphia Beagles, when they win.
Rough.
When they win the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. That's where poop comes from. That's not
Yeah.
good. So when they give it to Chris Kelsey or whatever his name is, and he's won the Super Bowl, he can hold the belt and people immediately go, WWE. They're not trying to figure out, is that a boxing belt? UFC?
Yeah.
What's that? So like it's a branding thing. You can understand the decision. I like the old ornate designs, but ultimately, whatever.
Yeah, and they're going to want it if it's being defended across the indies.
Yeah.
Presumably this is a way to, hopefully, as a few people wouldn't be aware, but funnel more fans into checking out WWE's ID or that new show, that Evolve show they got on Tubi, or, you know, all the WWE stuff. And they've got two logos on this, because they've got the WWE logo and the ID logo.
Yeah.
But yeah, really excited to see what this looks like. And yeah, cool, very cool that they're doing this. Like, you couldn't imagine this sort of 10 years ago. I was saying, WWE have launched some belts that they're going to defend across the indies. What?
It's all about control, in the words of Triple H's entrance theme.
Yes.
Anyway, that's quite appropriate, actually. And also, if you want to learn, do you like secrets?
I like
you there?
secrets.
How about one from every year of WWE history?
What?
Because look at that.
Check it out.
Look at that thumb. Look how demented Vince looks on that thumbnail. Don't you want to click it?
Hey, we'll be back later with the after news. Bye.
Bye.